Yes, I'm live now. Welcome once again to another new video. This is Santu Sahu and you are watching Sahu's tutorial. And in this video, I'll be covering some important MCQ questions on English literature for the upcoming CUET PG English literature exam. You all know that I am conducting 1000 mock test series for the upcoming CUET PG English literature exam. This is the part 20. In the previous 19 videos, I have discussed 781 important MCQ questions. And in this YouTube video, I'll be covering another important MCQ questions along with the explanation. So watch the video till the end because it is going to be a very fruitful session. And I think that everything is okay and I am audible and visible to all of you. Do let me know if everything is okay. Those who have not joined yet, please do join and do hurry up. And you can watch it also later. So without delay, let's get started with question number 781. But before starting the session, this is my humble request to all of you. Please do subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification that I will upload in this channel. So do hurry. Yes, I think everything is okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. So let's get started. Yes, everything is okay. So here is your first question on your screen, question number 781. Please do join. Yes, I'm welcome. Just a minute. Yes. So here question number 781 is that who among the following does not belong to the Holy Trinity of post-colonialism? Who among the following does not belong to the Holy Trinity of post-colonialism? Your options are Edward Said, Gayatri Chakrabarti Spivak, Homi K. Bhabha, Sigmund Freud. So the Holy Trinity of post-colonialism are actually Edward Said, who has written the book Orientalism that was published in 1978. Then the second one is Gayatri Chakrabarti Spivak, and the third one is Homi K. Bhabha. So here, which is the right option? Freud. Freud does not belong to the Holy Trinity of post-colonialism, whereas Edward Said, Gayatri Chakrabarti Spivak, and Bhabha, they are all the part of Holy Trinity of post-colonialism. So Freud is the right answer. And here is the explanation that Edward Said, Homi K. Bhabha, and Gayatri Chakrabarti Spivak are the pillars of post-colonial studies that any post-colonialist reader is compelled to read about before approaching post-colonial literary texts. They are considered by Robert Young. So who considered or who mentioned them as Holy Trinity? It is Robert Young. They are considered by Robert Young as the Holy Trinity of post-colonialism. Next question. Which among the following is not written by Margaret Atwood? Atwood means here Margaret Atwood. Okay. Which among the following is not written by Margaret Atwood? Surfacing, The Blind Assassin, The Edible Women, The Blood Knot. So Surfacing, The Blood Assassin, The Edible Women, these are all three novels written by the Canadian novelist Margaret Atwood. So Atwood is a Canadian novelist. She has written all these three novels, Surfacing, The Blind Assassin, The Edible Woman, whereas Blood Knot was not written by her. So here D is the right option, and this Blood Knot actually written by the South African playwright and actor and director Athol Fugard. Athol Fugard has written Blood Knot. So your question was which is not. So here the Blood Knot is not written by Margaret Atwood, who is one of the famous prominent literary figure in the field of Canadian literature. Next question, 783. Who wrote the book called Beginning Theory? Peter Barry, Eagleton, Freud, Jacques Derrida. So Beginning Theory was written by Peter Barry. Peter Barry ने लिखा था Beginning Theory. So here A is the right option. Moving on to question number 784. White Sargasso Sea. White Sargasso Sea, an unofficial prequel to Fitch's 19th century novel. So you know that in the previous video I told that White Sargasso Sea was actually written by whom? It was Jean Rice. Jean Rice has written the White Sargasso Sea, and it's a prequel to Fitch's 19th century novel. Now your options are Northanger Abbey, Vanity Fair, Jane Eyre, Middlemarch. I am giving a clue that novel should be written by Charlotte Bronte. So here the right option is Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is the right option that was written by Charlotte Bronte. So White Sargasso Sea acts as a prequel to this work of Charlotte Bronte, that is Jane Eyre. Okay. Next question. Dream Children was written by William Blake, Robert Burns, Charles Lamb, William Hazlitt. So Dream Children was written by Charles Lamb. Lamb ने लिखा है Dream Children. Next question. Moving on to question number 786. On murder, considered as one of the fine arts by De Quincey, is about Shakespearean tragedy, black humor, Elizabethan comedy, Jacobean tragedy. So on murder considered, first remember that this was that on murder considered as one of the fine arts. This was written by who? This was written by Thomas De Quincey. Thomas De Quincey ने लिखा है on murder considered as one of the fine arts. So that is about Shakespearean tragedy? No, it does not deal with Shakespearean tragedy. Black humor, Elizabethan comedy, Jacobean tragedy. So it is dealing with black humor. So B is the right answer. Moving on to question number 787. On the knocking at the gate, another one written by On the knocking at the gate in Macbeth. On the knocking at the gate in Macbeth was written by A.C. Bradley, C.S. Lewis, Thomas De Quincey, L.C. Knights. So this was also written by Thomas De Quincey. De Quincey ने लिखा था On the knocking at the gate in Macbeth. Moving on to question number 788. On the tragedies of Shakespeare. On the tragedies of Shakespeare comes from L.C. Knights, G. Wilson Knight, A.C. Bradley, Charles Lamb. On the tragedies of Shakespeare. This work was actually written by Charles Lamb. Lamb ने इस work को लिखा था, that is called as On the Tragedies of Shakespeare. Okay. Next question. Walter Savage Landon. Walter Savage Landon, one of the prominent figure, is best known for his works Last Fruits of an Old Tree, Imaginary Conversation, Heroic Idyls, Hellenics. So here, Walter Savage Landon is known for his works Imaginary Conversation. Imaginary Conversations was written by Walter Savage Landon. So here, B is the right option. Moving on to question number 790. Who said the line that there is no such thin long poem? There is no such thin long poem. So was it John Keats, Lord Byron, Walter Pater, Edgar Allan Poe? So there is no such thin long poem. This line was spoken by American writer Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe has written that there is no such thin long poem. Next question. Who were the Lake poets? Lake poets or Lake School of Poetry. So Lake poets: Dryden, Pope Johnson, Gray, Collins, Burns. That is Thomas Gray, William Collins, Robert Burns, Alfred Tennyson, Matthew Arnold, Robert Browning, William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Robert Southey. So here the Lake School of Poets. Who were the poets of Lake poets? Here Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Southey. Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Southey, they are the part of this Lake School of Poetry. Okay, it is also known as Lake School of Poetry. Lake School of Poetry. And how to remember? You can remember by this that Lake School. So A stands for Southey, and C stands for Coleridge. So Southey and Coleridge you have, and along with them there is Wordsworth. So here Lake School of Poetry, S stands for Southey, C stands for Coleridge, and here another one, Wordsworth is always there. So Wordsworth, Southey, and Coleridge. Moving on to question number that is question number 792. Queen Victoria ruled England during the years 1837 to 1901, 1830 to 1900, 1835 to 1903, 1834 to 1902. So the Victorian age or the Queen Victoria ruled England during the years 1837 to 1901. So here this A is the right option, 1837 to 1901. Moving on to question number 793. Which of the following poems of Tennyson is an elegy? Is an elegy. An elegy on the death of his friend Arthur Henry Hallam. Arthur Henry Hallam. Arthur Henry Hallam. AHH. So which of the following poems of Tennyson is an elegy on the death of his friend Arthur Henry Hallam? Now your options are The Palace of Art, In Memoriam, The Death of Anon, Locksley Hall 60 Years After. So I earlier also discussed this question. So the right option should be In Memoriam. In Memoriam was published in 1850. In Memoriam was published in 1850, and this work was actually an elegy on the death of his friend called Arthur Henry Hallam. So B is the right option over here. Next question. Which of Tennyson's poem is called a monodrama? Monodrama. Which of Tennyson's poem is called a monodrama? The Princess, Maud, Ulysses, The Lotus Eaters. So try to remember that monodrama. Monodrama starts with N and the answer should be Maud. So monodrama, this is a trick to remember. The monodrama of Tennyson is Maud. Maud. So B is the right option. So who is the monodrama of Tennyson? Maud is the monodrama of Tennyson. Next question. A Grammarian's Funeral. A Grammarian's Funeral was written by John Dryden, Samuel Johnson, Hopkins, Robert Browning. So a Grammarian's Funeral was written by Robert Browning. Browning ने लिखा है. Robert Browning has written a Grammarian's Funeral. So here D is the right option. Moving on to question number question 796. That is Empedocles on Etna. Empedocles on Etna, that was published in 1852 by Arnold, is a poem on a Roman theme, English theme, Greek theme, love theme. So Empedocles on Etna, that was published in 1852, and this was written by Arnold, and the poem basically deals with Greek theme. So theme of Greek theme can be found in this novel. So here C is the right option. Okay, moving on to question number 797. Tyresis by Arnold is an elegy. Tyresis by Arnold. So Arnold has written another elegy called Tyresis, and this is an elegy on the death of which one? Tennyson, Robert Browning, Wordsworth, Arthur Hughes Club. So it is Arthur Hughes Club is the right option. Arnold here is commemorating here on the date of on the date of his friend, that is Arthur Hughes Club, and here is the explanation that Tyresis is a poem written by Matthew Arnold in December 1865 to commemorate his friend and the poet Arthur Hughes Club, who had died in November 1861, aged only 42, and the character Tyresis was a shepherd in Virgil's 7th Eclogue. In the 7th Eclogue of Virgil, Tyresis actually was a shepherd who lost a singing match against Corydon. Okay. Moving on to question number 798. Culture and Anarchy. It was published in 1869. Was written by Raymond Williams, F.R. Leavis, Matthew Arnold, Lionel Training. So here, Culture and Anarchy was written by whom? It was written by Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold ने लिखा है Culture and Anarchy, and it was published in the year 1869. Moving on to question number 799. Literature and Dogma of Arnold deals with literary dogmas, religious dogmas, poetry and politics, poetry and religion. Literature and Dogma, another famous work written by Matthew Arnold, and this deals with poetry and religion. So here D is the right option. Poetry and religion is the right option. The author of The Blessed Damozel. The Blessed Damozel is written by Lord Byron, Shelley, Keats, Dante, Gabriel Rossetti, or D.G. Rossetti. So the author of the work The Blessed Damozel was it was written by actually Dante Gabriel Rossetti, D.G. Rossetti लिखा है, and that published in 1850. So The Blessed Damozel was published in 1850, and it came in the journal called the Jam. The name of the journal is called Jam. So try to remember this thing, that the journal, the Jam, is associated with Pre-Raphaelite movement. The journal that is called the Jam is associated with the Pre-Raphaelite movement, and in that journal, the poem The Blessed Damozel was published in the year 1850. And here is the explanation that the Blessed Demotion is the part of the best known poem by D.G. Rossetti, Dante Gabriel Rossetti, as well as the title of his painting, where it is illustrating the subject. And the poem is first published in 1850 in the Pre-Raphaelite journal called JAM. So the journal JAM is associated with which movement? Pre-Raphaelite movement. Next question. Charles Dickens' first novel is David Copperfield Pickwick Papers, Nicholas Nickleby, Dombey and Son. So the first novel of Dickens is, that is, you have Pickwick Papers. Pickwick Papers is the first novel written by Charles Dickens. So here B is the right option. Moving on to question number 802. Mr. Micawber in David Copperfield. Mr. Micawber and David Copperfield is modeled on. So David Copperfield came in 1850. In 1850 another work came by Tennyson, that is In Memoriam. Tennyson published In Memoriam in 1850. Here David Copperfield, another work written by Charles Dickens, was published in 1850, and Mr. Micawber is a character in David Copperfield, and that Mr. Micawber is modeled on which real character? William Mathews Thackeray, Alfred Lord Tennyson, Dickens' father, Dickens himself. So it is modeled on Dickens' father. So Mr. Micawber, a character of David Copperfield that was published in 1850, written by Charles Dickens, modeled on the character Micawber, modeled on Dickens' father. Next question. Which of the following has for its subtitle a novel without a hero? So there is a novel, and that novel has a subtitle called A Novel Without Hero. First, I am giving a clue that this was written by William Mathews Thackeray. William Mathews Thackeray has written the novel, and the novel is having a subtitle named A Novel Without a Hero. Now your options are Vanity Fair, A Tale of Two Cities, The Virginians, Hard Times. So it is the Vanity Fair. The Vanity Fair has a subtitle called A Novel Without a Hero. So here A is the right option. Moving on to question number 804. Scenes of Clerical Life. Scenes of Clerical Life, published in 1857. Scenes of Clerical Life, published in 1857, was written by Dickens, William Mathews Thackeray, George Eliot, George Meredith. So here, Scenes of Clerical Life, 1857. This work was written by who? It was written by George Eliot. George Eliot ने लिखा है Scenes of Clerical Life, that was published in 1857. So here C is the right option. Moving on to question number 805. George Eliot's Middlemarch. George Eliot's Middlemarch, that was published during 1871 to 1872, is called an epic novel. So George Eliot's Middlemarch is called an epic novel, and it is comparable to War and Peace by which one of the following critics? So here is one critic who has compared Middlemarch with War and Peace. And do you know that who has written War and Peace? Please do comment. Please do write in the comment box. War and Peace is actually written by Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy ने लिखा है. Leo Tolstoy has written this work, that is War and Peace, and the Middlemarch is compared to War and Peace by which critic? Raymond Williams, F.R. Leavis, T. Hume, I.A. Richards. So it is F.R. Leavis. F.R. Leavis ने Middlemarch को War and Peace के साथ compare किया है, and War and Peace was written by Leo Tolstoy. So here B is the right answer. Moving on to question number 806. A study of provincial life. A study of provincial life is the subtitle to which of the following novels? So this is the subtitle of which novel? I am giving a clue that this novel was actually written by George Eliot. George Eliot ने लिखा है the novel, and its subtitle, it is having the subtitle called A Study of Provincial Life. So your options are Far from the Madding Crowd, The Woodlanders, The Mayor of Casterbridge, Middlemarch. So it is Middlemarch. It is Middlemarch. Middlemarch is having the subtitle A Study of Provincial Life. Okay. Next question. Which of the following works of Ruskin is on economics? On economics. John Ruskin का कौन सा बुक इकोनॉमिक्स पे लिखा हुआ है? Modern Painters, Miller of Balbir's, Unto the Last, Sesame and Lilies. So the book that is based on economics, written by John Ruskin, is Unto the Last. Unto the Last, that was published in 1860, written by John Ruskin. That book is dealing with the themes of the issues of economics. So here C is the right option. Moving on to question number 808. Patrick fallacy is a term that was coined by Thomas Carlyle, A.C. Beardsley, William Winget, John Ruskin. So pathetic fallacy, I earlier also mentioned this question, discussed these questions many a time. So it was John Ruskin. John Ruskin ने इस pathetic fallacy को इस phrase को coin किया है in his book Modern Painters. So name of the book where this is the Modern Painters. In the book Modern Painters, John Ruskin has coined the term pathetic fallacy. So here D is the right option. Moving on to question number 809. Studies in the history of the Renaissance. Studies in the history of the Renaissance that came in 1873 was written by Macaulay, Curley, Peter, Rossetti. So studies in the history of Renaissance published in 1873. This was actually written by Walter Pater, where he is defending aestheticism. He is defending aestheticism. Okay, aestheticism, he was defending aestheticism in this book, Studies in the History of Renaissance. So Walter Pater is the right option. C is the right option. Moving and today's last question to end up the session. Here is the question number 810. Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species. Charles Darwin has written Origin of Species. In which year Origin of Species was published? 1855, 1857, 1858, 1859. So Origin of Species by Charles Darwin was published in 1859. So D is the right option. In 1859, Darwin's Origin of Species came. So these are all questions that I have discussed in this video. I hope that you have liked the video. Please make sure to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification that I will upload. Stay tuned and be benefited by all those videos that I upload in this channel.